Yo, what's good, YouTube? We back at it once again with a brand new video. Of course, y'all excuse the lighting on this particular video. We've been going through transitions with the content. But so some of you guys have probably seen my, some of you guys have probably seen my reel that I posted. I got a lot of views on it, so I thought I'd kind of do a full in-depth video on how, Iran, the U.S. and Israel bombing Iran is going to affect and have a huge effect on the real estate market in the next coming months, right? So, just in general, guys, when people are at war, they tend to get scared. So, for instance, if you pay attention to any war that's taken place, in the past, 20, 30 plus, 40 plus years or whatever, it always came with people being scared. And when people get scared, they tend to stack as much cash as possible. Number two, people who are investing in the stock market, they tend to liquidate. A lot of people who own property, they tend to try to sell as fast as possible. Well, when you're dealing with a country like Iran, Iran has control over one of the biggest oil ports in the world. If I remember correctly, it's called the Strait of Hormuz or something of that nature. Y'all fact check me in this video. But with the United States and Israel bombing Iran, Iran has since retaliated against pretty much every single country in the Middle East where there's a military base at. Well, Iran, with the Iran supreme leader being killed, Iran is currently threatening to close one of the main oil reserves that 20% of the world depends on when it comes to oil. Now, the thing about that is that countries like China, countries in Europe, and I think in Russia, they've already started tapping into their emergency oil reserves because of this particular situation. With that being said, before the whole war started, I think a barrel of oil was going for like $70-something. By the time the war has started, it's almost right now it's at $80. By the end of the next week, it will oil for the barrel will probably be $100 for a barrel. That is going to have a huge effect on the economy. And here's how. If oil prices rise and it's harder for people to get oil, countries are going to charge top dollar for oil. So if they charge top dollar for the oil, that's in a sense going to make transportation costs go up. Once transportation costs go up, the cost of everything is going to start to go up, which evidently the cost of real estate is going to go up, the cost of goods and everything when it comes to finances is going to go up. So evidently, a lot of people are going to get put into a situation where they can't really afford where they're living at, especially in places like America, where they're going to be forced to sell their houses. Now, that is a good thing and a bad thing for people who are in real estate. Number one, it's a bad thing because people are probably going to desperately sell their property, desperately sell their stock portfolio. But on a good note, a lot of wholesalers, a lot of realtors are going to be able to benefit because they're going to be able to take action and make money off people's pain, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, anytime a war starts of any nature, especially with the countries that are involved, like currently, everything is going to go up a lot faster. And it's going to get to the point to where if, this whole war thing doesn't really get situated over there in the Middle East, I can guarantee you the cost of oil is going to rise at least 1% more than what the average standard rate of inflation is. And trust me, if you live in America, trust and believe you will feel it, especially the longer that we stay in this war. Now, That's not me being political. It's just telling you guys the facts. So, you know, be prepared for the cost of everything to continue to go up. And it's more likely going to get to a point to where the average person is not going to be able to afford anything. It's going to be probably one of the biggest gaps between having wealth and just being straight up poor. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe.